What is up, everyone? It is Mystic Wonder here, and today I'm bringing you the creation of Inferno Remastered. Now, I'm actually very glad that I chose to remaster the song. If you'll see, Inferno, as today, is one of my top played songs on my Apple Music, on my Spotify, on all my streaming platforms. With that being said, there were a few reasons why I wanted to remaster the song, and I'm actually very grateful that this happened the way it did, because it gives me the opportunity to make this video, a creation of video, and share with you guys not only the remastering process, but my thoughts of really the song Inferno itself. So let's get right into it. So first I'll talk about the original idea and everything and all that, and then I will go back and elaborate on the remastering process. So when I was creating Inferno, this song was like the bridge between hybrid trap and returning to dubstep. Because for those of you who don't know, when I began my production journey, I originally started with making dubstep. And then over time, I transitioned into kind of trap, hybrid trap, because I was just into that genre and, I wanted to try something different. It was back in the, whatever times. So I wanted to try something different. And then I got burnt out from that, and I fell in love with dubstep again. So I transitioned back into making dubstep. When I started transitioning back into dubstep, I was, still figuring out what my sound was, because I had been producing, hybrid trap from like 2016 through 2018 or 19. And I started, producing dubstep again in 2019, 2020. Pretty much, I had been using a lot of hybrid trap sounds. Like the screech sound, the hybrid trap screech sound, and, throwing in a few other dubsteppy growls and stuff that I had made. But I had not paid too much attention to, the growl sounds at first. This song was kind of a hybrid, if you will. So when making this song, this was like my transition into dubstep again. The idea just came to me because when I was making hybrid trap, and I'd been following, some other hybrid trap artists, Say My Name, Lit Lords. Anyways, the idea came to me in my mind. I had not seen anyone make a hybrid trap song where it was, like the screech sound and these other stuff, but really using kick snare, using a dubstep drum layout. So the idea just came to me, and I thought to myself, yeah, let's combine all these elements together. So I conceptualized the screech pattern first, and then, I filled it in with the other growl synths and layered it all out. When I was putting the drums together, I wanted these to be kind of like a hybrid between dubstep and trap. If you listen to the drums really carefully, they sound like a blend between trap style drums, but I was very selective and I layered a whole bunch of snares together, dubstep and, trap snares, to get this kind of middle ground. So I laid out the drums, and then for the synth patterns, and the screech and stuff, it's funny how everything all came together. The screech pattern, dun, 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 dun. It all started with that, and I'm sure other producers can understand where I'm coming from with this. When we create a song, we usually start off with just a simple idea, and then the idea just grows, it expands. We build upon it. So the idea just all came together. Since I had been producing, like I said, hybrid trap, I don't want to say there's not much variation. Ideas for variation just came to mind when I was building this. It was just really interesting how it all came together. So going back to, or now talking about the intro part, I found the vocal sample and thought it sounded cool. So I just put the piano riff down, just layering other background elements and stuff together. It's really interesting. The way this song came together was it just happened. That's the best way I can really put it. It just happened. And that's what it was. Now, for me to talk about the remastering process. So I had thoughts about how I would remaster this. Like I said, originally, I saw this was one of my top played songs on my profile, and I figured, you know what? This song is actually really good, and I think it would fit in well with, the new music that I'm putting out right now. I think it's a really good song. So I thought, you know what? I have to remaster this. So I thought about recreating all the synths. Unfortunately, I froze everything to audio. I froze all my serum patches to audio. So I couldn't very well easily go back and see the exact effects chain that I did. I mean, I vaguely remember what I did in terms of the effects chain. That's really what it was. I remembered, how I created the patch, but just really the effects chain, because you want everything to sound consistent. If I'm putting the compressor at these settings, in one patch, I have to put it the same for all the others. Well, if I want consistency in that case, I thought to myself, you know what? I could recreate all these patches, and I didn't do it, not because it wasn't a lot of work, but because I wanted to preserve the integrity of the song. That's really what it was. I wanted to preserve the integrity of the song. So I chose to just keep all the audio files in there. Thankfully, when I reopened the Ableton project, not too much stuff was missing. A lot of the original files were still there, so I was able to easily just boot it up, and I deleted all the, the EQs, the effects, and just, all of that off every track, and I just re-EQ'd everything, remixed everything, put on my new effects chains and all that to, just make everything, to remaster it with the current knowledge I have, in terms of mastering. And I think it sounds a lot better now. I think it sounds really good now. So I'm very pleased with how the remaster came out, and I'm very excited to re-release this song as a remastered version of my classic song, Inferno. So thank you very much, everyone, for checking this out, checking the video out. Inferno Remastered is out on all platforms. You could stream the remastered version here with the links down in the bio. And you know what? I'll also include the link to the original if you want to hear that as well. Pay our respects to it. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and I will see you all on the next video.